Yeah, my people, it's Focus Connect tapping back in. I hope everybody having a good day. You know what I'm saying? A good Wednesday. I hope the week going well. I hope it get better if it's not. But I want to tap in on the story today on this guy, Brian Steele, Young Thug's attorney. You know what I'm saying? He holds a very prestigious title amongst the law community. He was born between the year 1964 and 67. And his age is between 55 and 58. We don't know where this guy went to high school at. We don't have any background information on this guy. They have him listed as having been graduated from University of Michigan in 1987 and Fordham University Law in 1990. He keeps everything private about his wife and his kids. No one knows his wife's name. They don't know how she looked. They don't know his kids' school. So he keeps everything private. He seems like the kind of guy that knows he's dealing with the underworld in some of these cases, and he's dealing with some unsavory characters. So it seems as if he's kind of trying to protect himself, or is there something else to this, people? You know what I'm saying? Talk to me, because, you know, we all have an opinion, and maybe you can open my eyes to some things on this situation. But they kind of got it as if he kind of trying to stay under the radar, but they saying he's one heck of a lawyer. Brian Steele defended against criminal misconduct since 1991. So he's already been around these situations. He already kind of know what loopholes to kind of jump through. He already know the ways to take to kind of trip up the prosecution. He's Georgia's most successful criminal appellate attorney, over 200 published opinions, over 40 reversals. And he get not guilty verdicts in unbeatable cases over the time he's been practicing. So he kind of like a pain in the lawyer and the judge's butt. Now we got to give it to Brian Steele, because over the course of him being Thug's lawyer, he done came through in a miraculous way. Because you had Young Thug got caught with drugs, weapons. In 2015, he had a drugs and weapons charges, multiple counts of possession thrown out due to illegal search of his home. Thanks to Brian Steele. He got drugs and guns throughout on the case and had Young Thug only charged with marijuana. He had to be a prestigious lawyer. He had to be a bulldog type of lawyer to pull this off. With them already saying that Young Thug was being looked at since 2013, and Brian Steele came in there and got 3 firearms thrown out, cocaine, and other drugs that they didn't mention in the case. But he had 3 other drugs as well. And the only thing he had to face up to was the marijuana. So Brian Steele is a hell of a lawyer. He went at the jail that Young Thug was in about the inhumane conditions Young Thug was living in. A lot of us laughed and said it's jail and this and that, but then if you paid attention to that jail, you had 3 or 4 people that died in the last 2 or 3 months at that jail. So they did have a point. This just most definitely shows us Brian Steele is on top of the job. He's on top of the cop. So we have to realize, you know, Young Thug, he can count his blessings. He can hope they don't have any evidence that can definitely stick. Because I think if it's any way out for him, Brian Steele is the guy. But see, we gotta see, is anybody gonna turn? Is anybody gonna snitch? You know, do they got any wiretaps with Thug incriminating himself? But I think Brian Steele is the best choice for this job. Because you do have to realize he pulled it off when Young Thug had to assaulted his girl. He pulled it off in 2016 when Young Thug was arrested at the mall for the altercation with the security guard. He pulled it off in 2015 when he got the charge played down. But we gotta see, gas prices high, people. Is he running out of gas? Or is he up to the task? So we're gonna all see how this unfolds, my people. Y'all have a good evening. Like and subscribe.